Welcome to the Beard Me That Beer podcast show. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to Desert Island, not to be confused with Desert Island, the strip club. Sam and I will be playing Desert Island. We'll be naming our top 5 favorite TV shows, top 5 favorite movies, and top 5 favorite foods.
Okay.
But before that, let's get to the news. Sam.
Names in the news. Shoe Zone, a footwear retailer with stores throughout the UK and Ireland, announced March 8th that Terry Boot has been named its next chief financial officer, effective immediately, according to the Evening Standard. Mr. Boot takes over the role after the unexpected departure in February of Peter Foote, who had been with the company for 7 months. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah. No, legit. It's like,
So
wow.
Mr. Boot replaced Mr. Foot
for
at Shoe Zone. Shoe, not like
Shoe Zone.
not like shoe.
Shoe, S-H-O-E,
Shoe?
like for your foot.
Shoe
Eats.
or like the shoe in
Not
baking,
not like shoe,
or the
or
baking
like-
shoe.
like a chew.
Shoe Zone.
No, it's Shoe Zone.
Some people
Like
would
your
say
foots.
Shoe Zone.
Like your feets.
See-
Like your feet
feet
in your
zone?
shoes. Feet in your shoes.
So
your
this
slippers.
is what do you say? Ireland,
The UK and
UK,
Ireland.
and Ireland.
Ireland.
Shoe Zone. That's
Shoe
a
Zone.
terrible fucking.
It is
name
a terrible
for a store.
name. Yeah, but I mean, like, hey, man, those are the people you have in charge.
I know.
The rotation of people in
Well,
charge.
that Mr. Boot changed the name, right? That should be your first thing as he's CEO.
Hold on. What did
He
I
should
literally
change the
just
name
read it.
from Shoe Zone to Come Give Us a Foot.
He's the chief financial
the
officer.
CFO. So he has
Yeah.
he actually has no power. He actually
Yeah.
is just gets sued when
But he took
all the
over
money's
from
gone.
a dude whose last name was Foot. I wonder if that was like a prerequisite for the job. It's like you have to have a name related
to
to the
feet.
business.
Is it spelled Foote?
Yeah, literally.
yeah.
Foot.
Well, foot, but not spelled foot.
What do you mean foot?
Foote. Is that how you spell it?
No, F-O-O-T.
I just said, is it spelled Foote? And you're like, yeah.
I heard the
like
first
foot.
4 letters and then I just
Turned
tuned you
off.
out. I'm like, I heard what I wanted to. I'm done with you.
That's most men's problems.
Yeah.
Actually, that's most asshole people problems. That's interesting news.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's not incredible, but it's just kind of
It's
quirky,
funny, I guess.
odd.
guess it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's a good thing to say, like on a first date. Hey,
What?
this guy like got hired at this place called Shoe Zone, and his name was Boot, Mr. Boot,
Man, it
and he
is-
replaced Mr. Foot. And then the person be like, "What? That's not real." And it's like, "No, it's real." Then it's like, "Yeah, that's a good start."
I guess
I would
wow.
find that interesting.
Okay, well, cool. That's
Thanks for the news, Sam.
You're
Let's
welcome.
get to the beer. Hoppin Frog is a brewery in Akron, Ohio, making very flavorful beers in the most flavorful styles. Established in 2006 and brewing with an uncompromising and relentless focus on detail from the ingredient selection to the brewing process, the brewery has become known for quality around the world and now distributes in 22 states and 38 foreign countries. This week we're trying the Q.O.R.I.S, the Quasher Quadruple Imperial Stout. This super extreme quadruple oatmeal Russian style Imperial Stout will tantalize, engulf, and quash your taste buds like no other. Q.O.R.I.S is even more dark and hoppy than D.O.R.I.S Double Stout and stronger than T.O.R.I.S Triple Stout. Dry hopped and first wort hopped with aromatic American hops to create one great and memorable Imperial Stout. ABV 15.7%. All right, from Hoppin Frog, Q.O.R.I.S, the Quasher Quadruple Imperial Stout,
Mm-hmm.
or as we're going to call it, Q.O.R.I.S.
Chorus, thank you.
But it's Q.O.R.I.S because it's quadruple oatmeal Russian style Imperial Stout, Q.O.R.I.S, like
That is-
Jarvis. I think they were doing like a Marvel thing.
You think so? Ah, like
Yeah.
like frog, like Thor. Frog. What is the name of that one? The Frog Thor.
Toad.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, you're talking about the other guy. He's not a frog.
He is a frog.
Okay, we're done. All right, look how small. These cans are tiny.
They need to be.
Yeah, because this is a 15.7% that Sam picked. This is 8.45 fluid ounces. This is a cup and a little bit of beer.
Oh, dude.
What the fuck?
That looked dark. What do you mean? It's
Lick
just some spittle.
From where?
I did not mean to get any on that.
Oh my god, I can smell it.
Wow.
I can smell yours. I just licked. Wow.
It's like chocolatey.
It's super sweet. I will say
Quadruple
this.
oatmeal Russian style.
Want to say that one more time?
Quadruple
Quadruple
oatmeal.
It's a quadruple oatmeal Russian style imperial stout.
I get the oatmeal.
Yeah, I get the Russian stout part. Honestly, for 15%, it doesn't really taste like 15%. It's strong. I give you that. It's really strong in alcohol, and it's a little burny, like syphilis.
Like a little Bernie.
Yeah, but
All right.
for 15%, I thought it would be like you wouldn't be able to drink it.
I would have thought it would have been like face melting. Just
I mean, I would have taken if it was 15% in my head. I would have been like, all right, I'm not going to finish this.
It is,
but this is actually quite enjoyable.
It is strong and dark, but less so than I would have thought. But it's still a lot.
It is strong, that's for sure. That second one gets you, huh? It's like when you drink NyQuil and you get that first alcohol burn.
But every sip.
I do appreciate the very dark, stout, chocolatey flavor, though.
Yeah.
It's super good. If this was an 8% stout, probably the most perfect beer, I think.
Oh, yeah. Like, if this was they just reeled this in a little bit.
I mean, I don't think that's the point.
No.
But now I do want to try Doris. DORIS, double stout.
What about the
Taurus? I mean, those two, if they're all the same kind of flavor, just alcohol content goes, I mean, that double stout, I wonder if they have
it sounds like Doris would be like the
think
ideal one for us.
What do you think the Saurus is called? The
single? The Saurus?
Single
The Saurus?
oatmeal Russian style?
Does it rhyme with anything?
Or is it just called Oris?
Oris.
It's probably called Oris. That makes sense.
So that would just be this.
Now we got to find it.
Russian.
Yeah, just a regular stout. This is a
couple paces faster than
like
I can
drinking
stand
very
normally.
Weak alcohol.
When you say alcohol, you mean like liquor.
Yeah.
This is strong beer.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't
Weak
taste like
alcohol.
a liquor, but it tastes like the after effects of taking a shot. And Sam picked this, so
I did.
Fuck you.
So I mean, like, this is exactly what it said it was. So
Sam
I mean, like, no complaints in that
he's like,
department.
I picked it because it's 15%, and it was also remember how much this was?
I don't remember.
This 4-pack of 4 cups of beer.
Yeah,
$24.
Oh, that's right.
And
This
Sam's
is
like,
expensive.
this is 50%.
I mean, let's do it.
And it's from Ohio, so we're traveling around.
Are we? So it's from Ohio.
I will travel far and
it's
wide.
A Russian.
Searching far and wide to each Pokemon.
To understand.
To each Imperial Stout to understand.
The power.
The power that's inside. Chorus.
Drink it fast.
I mean, this is going to be, I kind of want to chug one or drink it fast, but I'm also enjoying it.
I was like, you have my full support.
My
Just
vision is
don't
vibrating
expect
right
me
now.
to. Yeah, I don't want to. Man, I'm glad I ate a little bit of something before I came
I had
over.
a big
This
breakfast.
This would have rocked me.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to finish this, though. I mean, like, get to the second one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You
I will
have to
finish this.
You
I don't
opened
know
it,
if I
yeah.
will get this.
This is very good, though.
Yeah.
The taste, I like it. It's extreme. It's like one of those, like when you go to like a restaurant, they have that or a barbecue place. It's like, here's the 20 pounds of barbecue. You have to eat it. This is like an experiment.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
It's very tasty though. I like it. And it's black.
It is
Black
very,
as shit, dude. It's so black.
It looks like just really dark soda.
Dark tar
Yeah.
melted down by
Nice.
the alcohol in it. All right, let's get into the topic. Desert Island. We are playing Desert Island, and we are playing with TV shows, food, and movies. So these are TV shows, movies, or foods that you will watch for the rest of your life on your desert island that you get, stuck on.
You'll watch food?
You'll watch movies and eat food.
Yeah.
This sounds like a great island, actually.
I mean, like,
I'm not mad.
If we take it at face value, sounds amazing. But then, like, then I start breaking it down in my head. I'm like, well, how's this gonna like? Am I gonna have like a something to watch this on? Gonna have a power source.
This is just the game. This is not like
I know. So
like
if I just
Dwight
leave
Schrute
it alone,
version.
yeah, I'm like, well, practically, how's this gonna?
It's gonna work. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to start first? Your favorite. So we'll go 1-on-1. So TV show, we'll do all 5, and then food, and then movies. So go ahead, Sam.
Number.
In no order, you can start with whatever TV show.
In no order.
Well, like it doesn't have to be like your favorite, like the number one. It can be like, hey, I'm gonna go with the middle one or the.
Okay. I want to preface that some of this stuff is not my favorite, but I feel like I would just like be able to stretch for a long time, and it'd be like, and it's good. Just getting that out of the way.
Okay.
But first TV show, I put Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's a good one.
Really like that one. It's just Brooklyn police precinct, and like, it's just like the hijinks they get up to. I mean, it doesn't necessarily sound like it's a comedy. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's a popular show which got canceled.
Again?
It got canceled, but they're giving it one more season as far as I know. So it's like
it got canceled again.
Yeah. It got canceled
by Fox, NBC,
and then picked up by another network.
NBC picked it up,
and now it's been canceled.
And then
again.
they canceled it.
Yeah, can't keep a good thing going. I guess I don't know.
I mean, why would they cancel?
I don't know, David. I do kind of think it has something to do with like the political climate around now
about police
and whatnot,
officers not being held to high standards. That.
I think, like for a comedy show, that's kind of a heavy thing to have to touch on.
Especially because they made a joke about it in one of their episodes.
Yeah, maybe that might have something to do with it. But and I think they even mentioned something to that effect where they're like, oh, we're in between seasons and we had like 4 in the can, but then stuff started happening and we're like, okay, well, we should rethink how we're going to do this.
They should all be like fired and go somewhere else.
Huh?
And call it Brooklyn Fire Department. They're all fire department.
I mean, they're it's a funny show.
It's
I do like
cast,
the show a lot.
It's a very
Samberg
solid cast.
Terry Crews.
Honestly, like Andy Samberg, I think he's funny, but I don't think he's the funniest on that show. Like, and that's saying a lot because he's a funny.
Yeah, he's very
funny character, funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he, for me, is like, and my favorite is he's not known as Rizzo, but Rizzo is his buddy in it. Mm-hmm. He's Rizzo in Reno 911 when I first saw him.
But I'd say for me, it's probably not as. It doesn't mean as much to me as say The Office does to David, but it's definitely
show.
It is like that caliber show for me. I'm like constantly watching
it's like a
show.
combination of like The Office and Friends, really, to me.
You think so?
Because The Office has relationship plot points, but not an actual story arc. Friends kind of has a Friends arc, but
The Office kind of has like through plot lines.
I mean, they have problems, but there's not like most animes where it's like the beginning and the end. Like there's like a goal,
overarching
a goal.
Yeah, it's more like it's kind of
like the Seinfeld effect. Really about kind of, nothing.
It's like they're all self-contained, but there are elements that hang over is kind of the thing. But it's not like we have to start here and we have to end here. It's more just like
an easy show to watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Office, that's on my list. If you don't know, it's an American mockumentary sitcom television show based off of Ricky Gervais's UK version of The Office, and
much more
if successful. You do not know, the first episode is basically the same. I watched a podcast, or I listened to a podcast with Ricky Gervais on it, and he talked about the first, like how he came up with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying he didn't plan. The Office wasn't like, we got to do this show. He was just going around and filming real people at their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, 9 times out of 10, it'd just be like normal people, they hate their job. And then that one guy that would come up and he'd be like the manager, but he want to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that was just so gold.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the reactions to everyone of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was funny, but the reaction was even funnier. And that's, Michael does something on The Office, and then it's like pan to their faces, and they're all that reactionary writing is really good. But yeah, developed by Greg Daniels, who I didn't know, Simpsons, King of the Hill, and Parks and Rec.
Oh, he worked. Well, Parks and Rec, I would believe, but the other ones, really? Like, how do you contribute on those? Is he like
I just
writer or something?
Yeah,
or?
I just looked it up. I didn't really read into it, but he was on The Simpsons and King of the Hill. And then he has a new show on Amazon called Upload, which I think
I've
it was
heard of that.
very interesting. Like, you're going to die. Do you want to be here? Do you?
Do you?
No.
Do you?
Yeah, but The Office, great show, American version. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch that over and over.
And
over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I think I'm up to like maybe 100th watch through, maybe even more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, and that's no exaggeration. I'm sure he's being totally transparent. Well, cool, buddy.
What's your second show, Sam?
Do I want to say a comedy show or Ash versus Evil Dead?
It was on Showtime.
It was on Showtime,
right?
but like it's ended
it was
at this
on
point.
Showtime, and then they're like, "Fuck this."
Well, it was on Showtime, and that was kind of its place, and then it ended prematurely. I should add. A lot of the shows I like get canned before they should, I think. But no, it got like 3 seasons in, and it was like totally solid. If you're familiar with the Evil Dead franchise at all, it's like, it's just the main dude. It's Bruce Campbell. He's like super quirky, eccentric dude. He's the boss. But it's like him fighting demons and stuff, and it's like he has like this crew he puts together over the course of the show, and like if you're unfamiliar, it's like there's like this book that like brings the dead.
What's the book
to
called?
life. It's called the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. But yeah, it's like this crazy like demon book that's like bound in like flesh and stuff, and if you read from it, then like demons come and like possess people and like try and like just flip the status quo. But he's like, I ain't having that. Like, I'm gonna get my chainsaw arm and my shotgun. I'm just gonna hunt stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Very American. Okay.
It's yeah, and it's like a lot of the same team is like intact from like the movies and stuff. So it's like Sam Raimi is like largely responsible for all that, and it's like a lot of the same. It's just an extension of the movies, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it, and I mean it's pretty gratuitous with like the violence and stuff, but and the comedy is out there.
Where did it go after Showtime? Did it go to NBC?
I don't. I think it was just on Showtime for like the duration of, but like I know you can watch it on like Netflix.
I thought
and
it
stuff.
got picked up again.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
We both could be wrong, and the show could still be going on.
In
and
fact,
we just
the
don't
show
know.
actually doesn't exist at all.
I just thought of it.
Yeah.
No, but it's a really good show. And I would totally be just down to just chill on a beach, just endlessly have it on loop.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm super cool with that. Yeah, very violent though. Very violent.
For a TV show.
There was literally...
I mean, it was on Showtime. You can't... I mean, TV show versus Showtime, it's a little different, but yeah.
I mean, there was literally a part where he's like in a morgue, and I don't want to get...
I mean, the first episode's pretty...
It's not the first episode. But
I'm saying the first episode that shows it's violent.
I know. It gets the message across, but I'm like, to the extremes. There's like this episode, and he's like in a morgue, and there's like a particular dead body that just kind of like causes him a lot of trouble, and it's just like I kind of want to look away, and I have a pretty good stomach for that kind of stuff. And I'm like, it's rough. It's good though.
All right, my second show is Seinfeld, another American sitcom television series, an older one, And it has that like trademark, it's a show about nothing, because it is.
Mhm.
There is no plot line. No over
Well, that's the thing with that
giant
show.
plot line, but there is like small problems within the show.
Mhm.
Like 2 problems, and then you know how a show works, the format. Like there's a big problem, then tiny little ones in it. But it was created by Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld, and it's about Jerry living in New York with hanging out with his friends, Kramer, Elaine, and George.
Mr.
And-
Costanza.
Mr. Can't Stanza and the mailman Newman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, I like it because you don't really like have to watch it to like, you don't really have to pay attention to it. You can be in the background and you can still understand what's
It
going
is
on.
very easy to just have that be a background
Yeah.
show.
It's so easy, but you're still going to enjoy it. You're going to hear the little jokes. It's kind of like the good old times, like when things weren't so. I mean, things were probably as crazy back then, but we didn't have like the internet to know how crazy things were. But
Or we're old enough to understand
understand that those things happening were always happening. But it's a good show. They're just funny, stupid problems, and like Kramer, it's like an idiot, like Michael Scott, just in the 90s.
You just like that archetype character.
I guess there has to be that kind of character, out of hand or dumb or just doesn't understand how things go or loose cannon, I guess. That
wild card.
Yeah, the wild card, yeah. But yeah, that I could watch that whole show. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen the whole show.
How many seasons is that? That
It's
was
like
on TV
11
for
or
a while.
12, and then it was like 11 or 12, and then I
Yeah.
think there was they did something on the Larry David show on Curb Your Enthusiasm where they continued.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know if I
see, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm is one of the shows I'm aware of,
It just
and I know
looks-
it gets.
It just sounds really boring.
I mean, like, people heap a lot of praise onto it,
Well,
but
it's
it's just
still
don't
a show,
know.
isn't it?
Huh?
Like it's still a show on HBO. Or I mean, it was on for a long time too.
think
If
so.
it's not, but Larry David is very good writer. Very good writer. The jokes are funny and they're not like
It's a lot of
they're very
situational humor in there
clean.
too.
They're very clean. It's not like outrageous. There are some like sexual adult like situations, but they're not, dirty jokes or like I think a child can watch it and it wouldn't fuck them up too bad.
Because I feel like a lot of it would go over their head.
Yeah.
But
it's like
there's something explicit.
My mom watched Friends and I would watch it and I never understood it and I went
Mhm.
back and was like, wow, there's just so many sex jokes.
Yeah.
But they're not like sexual.
it's not like explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my-
yeah,
that-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Sam.
My number 3, I put
Pick number 3, my lord.
so I feel like I'm kind of working down a little bit. I went like comedy to like horror comedy. I just went
Yeah,
to horror.
here's horror action.
I like not really action, but I liked The Haunting of Hill House.
Which one? The first
Haunting,
one? Or the
No,
second
not
one?
I know there was a more recent one, which was.
Oh, they're called different too.
they're
Manor,
different.
The something
It's
manor.
like something with a B, Bly,
The Bly Manor.
something like that.
I watched
it. What'd you think of that one? I didn't. I started watching it and I never.
I
got
thought
back
it
into
was good until the end, and the ending was just like,
Well,
what the?
well,
fuck?
the
What was
first
the point of
series
that?
in that, I guess, anthology.
Universe.
Universe. I don't even know if they're really connected like that.
They use the same
but-
characters, or
Actors. Not same.
and it's the
characters.
same guy,
Same guy.
and there's no more.
Largely
That's it.
responsible.
He's done.
I know. But that first show was
Good
like,
for him.
I like. It came out. I wasn't really interested, and then like I think I had like an aunt. She's like, you gotta watch this show, and I was like, all right, auntie. And then I went and watched it. And I was
All right,
like, I'm like,
show.
okay, all right, I get it. It was really good. It's so I guess the one you saw, it's like the themes are similar, but it's not exactly the same.
It's a complicated ghost story.
Yeah,
That's-
that's it. That's what it is. It's a complicated ghost story, and it just it follows this family. Like there's like it kind of skips around between time periods, so it's like the main cast is children living with their parents,
Mhm.
and like all this like tragedy and trauma that they have to go through at that age, and then skip ahead and they're adults and they're all just like haunted people having to like cope with like the stuff that happened to them as kids, and then more stuff happens, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And like just deals a lot with like just like really just messed up people just like having to deal with like grief and stuff, and it's
but in
it's
fact
really engaging.
their mother is, a ghost.
Some
Ghost
stuff happens.
I like that part where
it's very
like the
good.
dad runs off with the kids and the mom's like running.
Oh, so you
after.
have seen some of
I've
it.
seen some like that. And I was just like, that's hilarious. Like, just like, I can understand why people would think it's scary. And I just think it's so fun. Like, the way she's running after him is really funny. And he's like telling the kid, don't look back.
Yeah.
Don't like close your eyes. And I was like, this is great writing.
It's really good because like in the earlier episodes, like they don't explain some of the stuff that's happening. So it comes across as one way.
They don't explain anything.
By the end of it.
By the end,
they explain just about everything.
Which is, I understand that kind of writing. Like, it's like the Westworld thing. Like, don't explain anything. Only explain it with the visual.
Right.
Like, at some point, you'll be like, wait a second. It was letterboxed and that was a dream. Or like, it's just like, then you're like, oh, if you go back and start watching it. But my favorite part about that show is that there's a ghost in like every scene, which I really, really like. With the thing that sucks is though, you really have to turn the brightness and backlight.
And you just have to be really
it's
observant.
Like some of them are like
real
not even miss. Like you can. It's like two white dots. It's like, no, that's a ghost. It's like turn the brightness up, then you see the whole thing. It's like I get it, but like make him like really in there.
Yeah.
Camouflage them without darkness.
But in any case, I thought it was excellent writing.
I thought it was really good, except for the end. I wasn't a fan of the ending.
Well, I gotta finish that one. But Hill House, excellent writing. And it's like a limited series, so it's like not even like 10 or so episodes.
Yeah,
but they're all like
10,
something like that. Yeah, but they're all like at least an hour, and it's just really, really good. Just a good watch.
I didn't do the first one because I felt like it was too a little bit like on the mental health issues. Like it was like, no, it's ghosts. Like when like they are obviously really bad at grieving. And they're still grieving from all these years, and some of them are messed up. So I didn't really find it like compelling to watch
I think if you'd watch it all the way through,
no, I'm not gonna give it my time.
Well, David has one.
Bly Manor is very, very good though.
Well, okay, David endorses one thing, I endorse the other thing. So
there is something in Bly Manor that you will not like. I hope, because I hate it. But just yeah. It's just like silly. There's like a silly thing in it. It's stupid.
Okay, well, thanks for derailing mine a little bit. But Hill House, that would be the one I would bring.
Manor. Do you want me to not
not
derail it?
It's not the same, David. You can't say, you're like, oh yeah, but no.
What
Exactly. Or your turn.
I said I like Bly Manor.
Wasn't
currently running right now, almost over last season. Attack on Titan, the television series. I can't begin to explain it because it's totally different now, but it's basically about these things called Titans.
If you haven't,
they're giant monsters.
If you're new to the show,
giant people who eat other people. And the civilization that lives behind these three walls, and where you live is based on your class, and sometimes these Titans attack, and our main character, Eren Yeager's mom, is eaten pretty viciously by a Titan
early on.
Yeah, and this pushes Eren to vow that he will destroy all the Titans, and right now it's season 4 is one of the greatest animes I've ever seen. Very well done. And then the animation too. And there's a big difference between the studios that did it too. Huge difference, because in the 1 through 3 he looks very anime, kid friendly, and then in the second one he's his Titan form is shredded, and just like, this is totally different studio doing that. It's great. But it's a really good watch. It's mystery, and it does that kind of time period thing where it shows other stuff.
Or it shifts around.
A little bit.
Chronologically.
Not all the time. Not
Sometimes.
all the time. But hey, here's some backstory that you need to know. And then we get backstory in season 4 about season 1. And it's so fucking good. So good. And they delayed last week's episode to this week, so there's 2 episodes as of time of recording tomorrow, Sunday, because of that earthquake in Japan. But really good show, really good writing. The manga too is super good writing, and kudos to the writer because for a little bit he was like apparently really depressed about finishing because he wanted to finish it really well, and like I guess it's a good that this guy cares so much about his writing and ending it correctly, and it shows because that last chapter was insane. I don't know if the TV series will finish off the same way though.
It might not.
I don't think it will. If I'm correct, it's only some people have said it's 16 episodes. Some people say it's 20. Some people say it's 24 and there's a break at 16 and it'll finish off later. But we're like at episode 14 and 15 tomorrow. So
I mean, it's definitely winding down. So,
but it doesn't feel like it. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So maybe there's a little more.
That's
than
what I'm thinking. I'm like really hoping there's like 22
or if they just
episodes.
Speed up at the very end. That would be
or they completely like the manga. They completely just go like one way, and it's like no. And I can't wait for. I'm not gonna spoil it, but very good show. I could watch it over and over again. And I hate when shows take a break.
Oh, yeah. It
so
sucks.
This is why I would like to watch it just continuously. Like, oh, here's a big battle, big ending, and then 3 months. Like, I can't. Yeah. Why you do this?
Just put it all out at once.
Yeah.
Do like
Netflix it.
The classic Netflix approach, where it's just put it all out. We'll binge it. But that week to week is just kill. And then there's breaks longer than that.
Disney.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you
with your Marvel show.
Like, does it really help your sales? Because people just be like, I'm going to make a new email and use a different credit card and then binge it in one day and cancel for my free trial.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
David?
All right. Next. Go ahead, Sam.
I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to keep it kind of pedestrian or just get kind of weird.
Whatever you want. Why don't you take off your sweater?
I'm not hot. I'm so itchy. Do you see how this hair?
You're very hot.
See a lot of hair.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, fuck it. So
what's that?
This show.
I don't know that show. What's fuck it?
What? Well, let me elaborate. So, this one I'm going to mention. It kind of scratches that Power Ranger itch. In that it is
a Power Ranger.
It is a Power Rangers Lost in Space. No, it is. So unfamiliar. The people that are unfamiliar with the Power Ranger stuff, those are in Japan. That style show is known as a tokusatsu show, which is just like heroes mask up and like armor and stuff, and they battle like foes. And stuff. It's like action show. But so this one I'm going to mention, it's called Garo, but it is in the same vein, but it is more geared towards adults, and like it's kind of crazy.
I need you to preface that with what do you mean?
What do I mean
by adult? Is it
so
porn?
It is.
Is it?
It's not porn.
It's not porn. Adult.
But it's like people die and like there's like blood and stuff. But it's basically follows.
Audience.
So. Anybody that knows me knows that like one of my favorite video games is Devil May Cry, and this show is very similar in like appearance and style, but it's got like the Power Ranger kind of aesthetic going on. So I'm like, it's like in this really weird sweet spot for me, but it's like dudes with swords and trench coats fighting like demons. Yeah, but it's cool, and like so it follows this dude, and he's like a knight basically who can like transform, and he gets like this cool like lion themed armor, and he fights they're called horrors, but they're basically like demons, and it's like his mission in life is to like hunt these things down. But like there's this girl that he meets early on who gets attacked and gets like infected, and he kind of keeps an eye on her, but he's also kind of like developing like this romantic interest in her and stuff. And then there's like the world expands, and there's like more like of like these knighted kind of figures that he like kind of comes to blows with. Sometimes they're allies, sometimes they're not, and there's lots of sword fights, and it's a little bit monster of the week sometimes, where it's like, oh, he's got to fight this horror this week, and it's got this weird special ability. Like early on, there's one where it's like this like this demon thing that can hop from mirrors, and he has to try and figure out how to kill it when it's like not in a mirror, because it's like he can't get it if it's in the mirror, and it's it's a weird show, and I really like it a lot, but it's kind of old. No, it's live action.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
nothing about it. It's animated.
There's like CG elements,
okay.
but yeah, it's like it's just adult Power Rangers.
That's cool. That's
and
cool.
I'm like, this is so cool. But it's like it's an older show. I think they've had a couple different iterations of it, but the one I watched was like the first one, and that was like from like the 2010s, early 2010s, maybe.
I was about to say, what are you going to say? I like 20
years ago,
2010s.
I could be wrong, but it's cool. Garo, if you could find it, Garo, Golden Knight Garo.
Golden Knight. Garo.
There's also an anime that has come out since, but I haven't watched it.
Is that the main character, Garo, or just
that's his title?
Okay.
His real name is Koga.
Kouga.
Kouga, and he's
not
he's
to be
a cool
confused
dude.
with. No, wait, that is the same, isn't it? From Pokemon.
Yeah, probably
from the Fuchsia City Gym.
Yeah, but he's the
ninja of poison.
He's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
I like
a neat
him.
show.
You seem very up on it. So
I mean, it just covers a lot of stuff that I've
Crunchyroll.
I honestly don't know where you could find it. Like I think, like I was watching it.
I would bet Hulu.
I don't.
Hulu has a giant anime.
You could probably find the anime stuff, but I don't know about like the live. Like you might have to like go to like some weird like pirate sites or something.
Do not do that. Don't
like a Put Locker. Or something.
Is that shit still exists?
I have no idea. No, like I haven't watched it in a long time.
All the file sharing's got not done.
I just want to endorse this weird thing that you probably can't watch.
LimeWire.
It's a good show.
All right. Next one for me is another anime, Code Geass. Anime series produced by Sunrise.
Entertainment.
Yeah. It was I don't know how to say these names, so I'm gonna try. Goru Taniguchi and written by Ichiro Okuchi. And it takes place in an alternate timeline of ours, where the United States and Britain basically are a empire called the Holy Britannia Empire.
Britannian Empire.
And we follow our main character, Lelouch Lamperouge, who is in fact a member of this royal family of the empire, but he's in hiding because he denounced his claim to the throne.
And like there was like a bunch of stuff that happened.
Yeah. But it starts on where the empire is taking over Japan, stripping Japan of citizens of basically anything of them, and kind of what most white countries do to other countries.
Colonize.
You call it colonize, but I guess
like ants?
What did people do to the Native Americans? Genocide, basically genocide.
Tomatoes.
But yeah, thank you for saying it that way. But Lelouch has like vowed to destroy the empire, and he meets a lovely little witch who gives him the power to do some crazy stuff called the Geass. Very easy to watch. It is. It's very watchable.
I would say it's easy to find.
It's not Evangelion.
It could be if you are unfamiliar with the medium, it could be a little dense up front.
I don't think so. I mean, if you have a hard time reading subtitles, yes, but there is a dub for it, which I cannot bear to watch. It just sounds so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese voice actors don't get paid enough. They're so good.
Do you know how much they get paid? Do you know what like the minimum?
Not enough.
I feel like the animators
not enough, Sam.
Definitely.
The animators probably do get paid. I mean, those jobs. Have you seen those pictures of their studios? Are just like just jam packed and.
Yeah.
They don't get paid enough. But I like it. It's one of my favorite animes. Very smart, very clever.
Good action.
It kind of like, if you're into those money heists kind of Netflix series now, you would like it because the main character is just like that, very smart. He always plans for it.
It's a smart show.
You can't get a one-up on him.
It's a smart show unless you start over-analyzing how they play chess. So
illegally. Can't checkmate yourself.
I'm gonna move my king.
He was
right next to your
He was
king.
also drunk.
That's true.
He was.
That's true.
And he was just being a
But he was so confident.
Yeah. Checkmate yourself. And then I told Sam that someone posted me, he's like, you can't, like,
You can't do
drunk prince does a legal chess move.
Well, no wonder you couldn't beat your brother. He's constantly drinking and making just illegal moves.
Like, good show. Like, very good themes all around. Very weird. And then they also do have a bunch of couple movies that are alternate to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is important, they have a bunch of DS games that expand the universe a little bit.
It's debatably canon, some of them.
It's not. It's not.
It's like alternate reality, a lot of them.
It's like Guess Dream World. Like it's very.
Like, I'm not Lelouch, but I have the same power.
Yeah, it's weird. But they're none of them are American, I believe. They're all Japanese DS games.
Yeah,
yeah. So
you have to get them
can't
imported, or
you have to buy it from somewhere else, and then hopefully you can read Japanese. But very good show, very fun. Just a
good wholesome time.
I mean,
With
every
lots
Sunday
of Pizza
I
Hut
would
product
wait
placement.
to do the BitTorrent thing and download it, and God, great show.
Yeah, that was fun when it was coming out.
Yeah, it was.
Waiting.
It was. Now maybe R3.
Anyway, how many we had? We did.
I did my fourth one, so you're
This is my fifth
one. Yeah.
All right, David. Should I keep it? Should I keep it in the anime world?
You
or
should
just
do
pick
a
something
show that
different?
you hate.
Why?
Go ahead.
This is
go
my
ahead,
hell
go
experience.
Go ahead.
Well, live action or animated?
Whatever you want, buddy.
No, just tell me, because I have one for either. What do you think?
Whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it in the anime realm. This one, I think, some people might argue that it's a bit overrated, but I think stuff that the public might see as overrated. There's a good reason why people like it a lot. But My Hero Academia.
Is that how you say it?
Macadamia Nut.
Academia.
I don't know. It's a good show.
Academia?
Academia.
Academia?
It's a weird word that I don't say a lot in the real world. So Academia. I say academia. I'm going to commit.
Is it pronounced
academia.
that way?
My Hero Academia is what I'm going to say.
Why does it sound so wrong?
Because it's a weird word.
Is that the word, though?
Yeah.
And that's how they say it?
They say it in a heavy, thick Japanese accent when they say
All right. How do they say it?
academia.
They say it like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You're making me real nervous.
I'm just saying okay.
But yeah, it's like a classic. It feels like an older kind of anime, so like in the vein of like your Dragon Balls, your Naruto, especially like your Naruto's a bit. Naruto. But it's like it centers around this kid, and they live in this world where like at some point in the past, like it was basically the same as our world, but like then people started developing superpowers, and then a large majority of the population ended up having superpowers, and like they could develop it to like varying levels or whatnot. But it's kind of like X-Men a little bit.
Okay.
But like if you get really good at it, you can go to school to focus your powers, and then take that on to be like a hero for a living, like a superhero for a living.
Sky High.
Kind of. It's very Sky High.
This is Sky High.
But it's like it's really good.
But not high schoolers.
Yeah, but so like all these guys, they develop these abilities like when like they're preteens or whatever, and that's when they manifest. But the main guy, they call him Quirks. That's what their powers are called. But this main guy, his name is Deku, is his hero name, but it's like Midoriya. But he doesn't have one. So they call that being quirkless. So he doesn't have any powers, but he always dreamed of being a hero. Meanwhile, the largest hero in the world, there's this guy named All Might, and he's like Goku, basically. Mm-hmm. But he's like, his quirk is he's like super strong, and he's just the shit. Everybody loves him. He's got like mass appeal, like the world over.
Can you be a hero without a power?
So that was kind of the thing where he's like, I want to be a hero, but he's like, I don't have a power or whatnot. But he kind of like, just by whatever happenstance, he kind of comes across that guy, and All Might. He meets All Might, and All Might's like, he sees him act in like a situation where he's like, well, you shouldn't have done that because you don't have powers, but like that was really brave of you. And he's like, I always wanted to be a hero. And he's like, well, you know what? He's like, I guess the thing with his power is like he can pass it along, but it's like super secret, nobody knows about it. So he's like, you're gonna be my successor. I'm gonna give you my power
at some point.
No, he gives it to him right there.
Then.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to live anymore or something.
No, like so like he just wants to transfer it on because like I guess a couple years prior he had like this really grave injury from like this huge battle that he had, and he's like, my time's like closing in. He's like, I could feel like I'm not gonna be able to like be as helpful as I once was. So he gives it to this kid, and like it goes from there. He enrolls in this school, and the guy just happens to be teaching there. That's kind of why he's in town, and it's really cool. It's like a lot of neat arcs, colorful characters. You see all like these crazy powers on display, and like it's nice. It's good.
Okay.
It's a good show.
Sounds cool.
There's 2 movies out. They're both pretty good also.
Are they in canon?
Yeah, actually. That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing with anime movies where like they'll make them but they never address them. Like Dragon Ball movies up until the Super ones are notorious for being like
canon.
not true to the story.
Okay, cool.
But good show.
Awesome. My last show.
Do it.
Parks and Rec by Greg Daniels.
Awesome.
Only because it's I can watch it over and over again. It's not like one of my top 5 favorite shows, but it's like you can just turn it on and watch it and never kind of get bored of it. Mm-hmm. Jokes are always funny. Andy Dwyer, kind of kills it. But Parks and Rec about a parks department in Pawnee, Indiana. How much do you want to watch that?
I mean, I know it's a better show than what it sounded like just now, but yeah, that doesn't sound.
I think that also like speaks volumes about the writing and the plots, and like to make a show like entertaining about a parks department in the middle of buttfuck Indiana.
To be able to take a somewhat kind of just boring premise and just like make it what it was.
But tidbit, it was filmed, I think, in Pasadena.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
They did a good job. But yeah, really funny show, really good cast. All are like very sought out actors now.
Yeah. They've all gone on to be like really successful.
Really crazy things and huge projects. And Aubrey Plaza, damn, she's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it. That's all I watched is because of her.
Oh, really?
And
the quirky girl.
And what's his face? Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like Chris Pratt in that show.
He's okay.
He's
okay for the one line he has here and there, and then they started to make him a bigger character, and then he's like, I gotta go leave to do movies, so fuck you. And then they kind of just like, all right, well, I guess we'll just do one-liners and Johnny Karate you. I hated that. That was the worst part for me.
But Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yeah. All right, we're gonna go to food.
I feel like I'm gonna just jet through this.
Top 5 foods or foods we can eat for the rest of our lives. Sam, go ahead.
Yeah. Pizza.
Any
I just like
specific?
Pizza. I mean, like, I don't want to overdo it, so I'll just keep it simple. I am a pepperoni and mushroom kind of guy. Yeah. Just like
disgusting.
You disappoint me by not agreeing that it's pretty good.
If you're gonna do that, just go crazy.
No.
Salami, chicken, roast beef.
I'm good. No, just simple. Just pizza. Pizza would be like, honestly, I don't even need to name 4 other things. Pizza would just be like, that's plenty for me.
All right. Well, there is other things.
I mean,
my first one is Gino Z's deep dish pizza. I was very specific about
Mr. Specific face over here.
Really good cornbread crust. Ugh.
Cornbread?
They use corn flour. So good. Or
is
cornmeal. Cornmeal. It's so good. So you've had it before. Remember my birthday?
Yeah. So any like preferred toppings or anything?
For that deep dish, it would be the meat lovers because
you love meat.
Well, have you had a cheese one? Deep dish pizza. It's a lot of cheese. There's so much room that you should add other toppings to it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Gino Z's from Chicago. Mm-hmm. All right, next.
I said a breakfast burrito.
From where?
That is a good question. No, I have. There's 2 places I like a lot in San Marcos. Oscars.
Yep.
I've been going there for like 20 years.
35 million years.
20 odd years. But then also.
And fun fact, it's been there longer than that.
It's been there a long time. Yeah, but that's just since my family started going. That or I like Senor Pancho's.
Where's
which
that?
Is that? It's right next to the other high school. It's that one that looks like a train. You remember that building?
You've said
Yeah.
that multiple times, and
They have really good surf
It
and
used to be
turf
another
burritos.
place, so I just don't
Yeah.
care.
They're good. I don't know. I just like burritos. I can stand by burritos all day,
Mm-hmm.
any way, shape, or form. But just breakfast burritos in particular, just that
Ooh.
assortment of breakfast ingredients.
Now,
which is like eggs.
is it bacon, ham, or are you being forced to choose a meat, or are you trying to get all the meat in there?
I like
Sausage.
I'm a simple man.
You're a sausage guy.
I'm a ham guy.
Wow, that's really
surprise.
Shocking. Yeah, I know how much you like.
I like
sausages.
ham and I like bacon.
Bacon.
If I get ham and bacon with egg and cheese, I'm like that's plenty for me. So
the pig.
Yeah,
is a beautiful animal.
The pig is a beautiful animal.
Yeah.
It's too
So
bad.
do you do potatoes or home fries or French fries or how do you? I don't know how Oscars or
I prefer, I'm fine either way, but if I had to pick, I would say probably like the cube potato.
So like just potatoes.
Just potatoes. Yeah, but like fries, you can't go wrong with fries.
I think it's
fries
called
are
home
always good.
fries. Yeah.
Home fries?
I think that's what it's called.
Isn't that what you call your friends?
No.
These are my
That's
home
homies.
fries.
Homes.
My man skillet.
Main skillet.
My main skillet.
It's not Denny's. I think it's called home fries.
Home
where they
fries.
do like the pepper and a little bit of oil.
Well, that's what I'm gonna call my friends from now on. Just
No,
my
you're
home
not.
fries.
You don't have.
Come on, home fries. Just go, and then I just put my arm
Come
around nothing.
home,
I put my arm
fries.
around nothing and go walk into my house. Like that's so sad. You won't come with me. You live so far away.
You live so far away.
No. I live there first.
No. How long have you lived in that house?
That's more than a few years.
How long have you lived in that house?
I honestly can't remember.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not a
I've
competition.
lived in San Diego County much longer.
I mean, like I've lived in that area for a long time.
No, but you just switched cities. I've been
fine.
to San Diego.
What's your other one, David?
In-N-Out double animal style burger.
No, it's fine. It's good.
Isn't that what you get?
What?
No, you get singles. You get 6 singles.
Full transparency, I don't really like In-N-Out fries.
And we just lost all our viewers and watchers
It's
and
fine.
listeners. And Sam will go home.
So what
and
about
commit
that?
Sudoku.
It's Sudoku. what about it do you like?
It's honestly, I've had many burgers. I've had we have Five Guys, we have In-N-Out. There's a place called The Melt. It is by far still the easiest burger to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Bread is great. Meat is just cooked. Cheese is great. The animal style burger stuff is amazing. The little sauce and the grilled onions.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the little crispiness that they do to their buns. Not a lot of places do that where they put it on to heat up a little bit.
I do kind of take that for granted that is something they do.
And that helps because then your bread doesn't get soaked with grease or lettuce and tomato cum.
Come again?
That red kind of liquidy at the end of your But yeah, they do a good job of making it, and they pay them really well too. So I would love to support them more. The workers are paid well. Take a lesson, everyone else.
Take note.
Yeah, they're doing very well. But yeah, good burger is always good.
Good burger,
George,
but specifically
George burgers.
Yeah,
they're gone. Right?
No, there's. I don't know if they're both
one
gone.
closer to you is gone, I believe.
I honestly haven't been by. So
My favorite part is here's the great American menu and here's our Mediterranean menu. You can get
a bit of a
Greek chicken Caesar salad,
yeah,
and a double bacon cheeseburger.
It's like going into a joint, Taco Bell / Pizza Hut,
but better,
but infinitely
far
better,
superior, and far more expensive.
Like so much better that I don't know why you said that.
Why? And there's pita bread. All right, go ahead, Tim.
Since we opened the door to specific things,
I
that's
started.
True. I was trying to keep it simple.
I started very specific. I then went very general, and then I went back to very specific.
I'm like pizza, and you're like she knows East.
I was gonna say Pizza Hut, but they've changed their crust up, so
they've changed.
I'll
say ramen.
Ramen from where?
I like
you know
it's
what?
hard to
Post pandemic, we got to go to this place that you will like. The Belly Up. No, not the Belly Up.
It's like the Belly Up has ramen.
No. It's something with belly.
Belly.
I forget what it's called. but it's in North Park. Very good ramen.
But I've got various places that I like to get my ramen from.
Do you like like your ramen overcooked or undercooked? Do you like the ramen overcooked or undercooked?
I like it undercooked, but then like to the point where it'll cook in the bowl because it's so hot. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. But various places I go to and like I just like ramen in a bunch of places. But if I had to pick one in particular, like that's just easy and close to my house, there's a place that I would go to a lot called Terry Cafe.
Ah, yes,
in Oceanside. College. No, there's another one in there's one in
Tri-City area.
Tri-City area, and then there's
the
also
old
the one
DMV.
Closer to
the DMV does not exist anymore there.
It is there.
Is it? I thought they got rid of it for the San Marcos one.
Nope. There was also the San Marcos one.
But the one by Family Fun Center, Boomers.
Yes.
Yeah, Terry's Cafe. Yeah. Great
good
combo.
Very good
combination plates.
Just
sushi, but
that's all I go there. Yeah, but they have good. Like I always go over there and just get like either like a tonkatsu ramen or like a shoyu ramen, and they're like it's really good. Just like I like dealing with like that half of a hard boiled egg, and just
it's soft cooked.
It's so good.
It's called a soft cooked egg, by the way. Hard boiled would mean the yolk is cooked all the way, and it's not, right? It's leaking into your bowl of ramen.
It's not. It's really not.
I've never that's garbage.
Yeah, but garbage. Yeah, I like ramen. Ramen would be good. Again, I don't know how you would be making this food on an island without a kitchen.
It's not like we're on an island. It's just like the five things you would eat. All right, next for me, this is the general one: Lengua Tacos. So,
Lengua.
Cow tongue.
Oh.
You as a Filipino should know that.
I'm familiar.
Lengua Tacos is amazing, but they don't really have a good place in San Diego because it's a little pricey. But in TJ, very easy to find.
So you want a TJ Lengua Taco?
I mean, I just said Lengua Tacos. I can make it myself. It's fine. You gotta slow cook it. Get it nice and moist.
Do you keep it in the cow?
Lots of salt. I mean, you should just cut the head off
and just
put the whole thing. Yeah. And then you just open the mouth and grab it like a big tortilla and rip it out and salt and then
do it again. It's vicious. I like it.
All right, next.
Cool. How many is that? Is that 3?
That was my
4?
third one. So this is your fourth one.
I'm gonna say fried rice. I like fried rice a lot.
Okay. So like white rice cooked in egg and teriyaki sauce and
it's just like it's something
like
fancy. It's special
meat or something.
Yeah, it's something fancy or special. It's just kind
chicken
of like
fried rice or beef fried rice.
I prefer beef fried rice.
Interesting.
But or a shrimp fried rice.
Shrimp.
But I would say beef.
Shitty shrimp.
Shitty shrimp.
Shitty what?
But no, like it's nothing too complicated, and it tastes well enough, and it's fine.
Vastly hard to cook, but yes,
it's not that hard.
It's not easy. Compared to just rice, it's vastly
with
complicated.
Extra steps. It's rice plus.
Vastly complicated.
It's white rice plus. That's
what they should call fried rice.
The rice plus. Like an iPhone or like rice plus.
Here's your regular rice. Would you like rice plus? Here it is.
Rice plus. Fried rice. Rice plus what? It's just rice plus.
Everything.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like
fucking rice plus.
It's rice with extra steps. That's all it is. It's fine.
It's sex with extra steps. Yeah.
Simple.
From anywhere or
I mean, like, go to any legit like Chinese or Christ. Like, yeah, like it's hard to mess up. I would think, unless you just haven't cooked it before.
Then it's very easy.
Well, I mean, if you don't cook, of course, it's easy to just mess stuff up.
Sam's cooking skills.
David, no, I can
rice,
cook.
Turkey burger, and egg.
Turkey burger? No, man, I'm all beef. 100%.
Show it.
Great
Show
value. Me. Kirkland brand.
I was going to say, great AA Kirkland.
100%.
$5 for 20 patties. Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't grown in the lab.
Great. 100%.
All right. My next one's I had to look this up because I forgot. It's called Gaglion Brothers. It's a chain here, or I guess there's 2 locations here in San Diego.
Gaglion?
Gaglion.
Ganglion.
Ganglion.
Gangrene.
Gaglion.
Gangrene.
It's like a sub like cheese Philly cheesesteak sandwich place. Like they do a lot of cheesesteaks, but they also do regular subs. And the one I like getting is called the Turk. Baked
What would be
turkey,
on the Turk?
stuffing, cranberry, and mayonnaise. It's like Thanksgiving in one. I was gonna put Thanksgiving dinner, but I thought that was a little cheating because it's like that's all of the stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, there's a sandwich that has all that except for mashed potatoes, but it's fine. The bread is the carb. But yeah, bomb sandwich, and just like a great place. Like very easy, go in, order, like a giant menu.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wanted to say Jimmy John's JJ Gargantuan, but their owner is a racist, so I chose to support Gaglion Brothers,
Okay.
whose owner might be a racist, but I don't know. But yeah, turkey, stuffing, cranberry. They have a lot of stuff. They have like Philly cheesesteaks and really, really good Philly cheesesteaks.
I mean, like you can kind of just ruin my 5th one
like
that I was thinking about picking.
6 to 9 different versions of cheasteaks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that?
No, I have a very narrow mind.
I mean, you are very narrow-minded and hard-headed.
Thank you.
All right,
I pride
go
myself.
ahead. Go to your last one.
I would have said Philly cheesesteak, but you said a much better sounding sandwich.
I said the Turk.
You said a much better sounding sandwich than my generic kind of bargain bin.
Where would you get your Philly cheesesteak from?
I don't honestly like.
There's really not a good place.
There's not a great place around here.
You kind of have to like get skirt steak yourself.
Like I've cooked one myself, and I was like pretty pleased with that. But like,
but then you don't get that giant stone where you like cook it and then squirt a little bit of water while the cheese is melting, get some steam going in there. Oof. So you're kind of just fucked yourself.
I kind of don't want to say.
All right, then what do you want to say?
What do you want to say? What do you want? I'll say a dessert. I would like a good cheesecake.
Like a Cheesecake Factory or like Cheesecake or like McDonald's.
No. Or Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Ooh, is it Jack in the Box?
Jack in the Box is a little tiny. Yeah.
The raspberry one.
No, just just nothing crazy.
Graham crackers or
graham crackers.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a vanilla.
How you like your sex?
No, maybe like a nice like a no, that's one over here. Like an Oreo cheesecake. Maybe.
I felt like you were like gonna say something very simple, and then like an Oreo, like just no cheesecake, just Oreo.
No cheesecake. Just give me like.
Just can you put the crust and then just
Oreos? Can I get like a double stuff, but instead of a double, make it like 12 times that. Just like a tower.
Oreo cheesecake.
Oreo cheesecake.
Okay.
Yeah. But again,
not from the Cheesecake Factory.
Just. I mean, like I haven't had that cheesecake. Maybe that one's amazing. There.
Coco's or something.
A Coco's Oreo cheesecake.
Especially because you live right now. Is that one still there?
I think
you live next to the
Escondido one shut down.
Yeah, you're living next to history.
The remaining, the one. That bums me out.
News next week.
Oh, Coco's is gone. Coco's Go-Go's.
My last thing, Sam will appreciate it, and he will be like, "Fuck, I should have said that." Rice King, orange chicken teriyaki, and chow mein. The 2-item.
Okay, that's not one I would have picked, but I won't say that's a bad
not the fucking
pick. That's pretty good.
Fucking Chinese chain.
I honestly can't remember the last time I had Rice King.
I do. I worked at Target because that was the last one.
It was right there.
Yeah. And there used to be one down here by the Fashion Valley Mall. Oh. That's gone. So, and I looked this up as the other day. The last one is up there by that Target.
Yep.
Their orange chicken, another level. Chicken teriyaki, well done. But their chow mein was nice.
What?
Their chow mein was nice and.
You said chow mein.
I said chow mein.
Chow mein.
It was nice and thick. Unlike Sam.
I don't know, man.
Who's PHAT.
Thick. Well, thank you.
Sam's a little sensitive when I say when I call him fat, but this time I call them fat.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's
but
good
Rice King 2-item.
All right.
Remember that guy who used to own the one in by the Walmart? He was like that Chinese guy with like a bunch of gold rings all the time. My uncle.
I was gonna say Filipino. I was gonna say the Mandarin from Mark.
No. What the fuck is wrong with you? A
The
bunch of
Asian
gold
guy
rings.
with rings.
All right.
I'm confused.
That's food. And let's finish off with our top 5 desert island movies. I will go first.
Please do.
Pacific Rim, directed by Guillermo del Toro in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Your big monsters versus your big mechas, done by the one and only Guillermo del Toro. Can't go wrong. Very good. Very artsy.
It's one of those movies that comes up a lot in our conversations.
Because it's a really good movie. And,
it is a good movie.
It's a big monsters done right with American money and a Spanish director. But yeah, just a fun movie. I thought all the characters had their place. Good animation, very cool mechas, very good monsters. And it was a very Del Toro movie. It had that look.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it every day for a month, so I can easily watch it every day for the rest of my life. Go ahead, Sam.
So that is a proven movie for you. Like, I could watch that for a long time.
I think most of these movies I can watch for a long time.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Keep it on creature features.
Which Godzilla?
No, I don't actually have a Godzilla on here.
Your dad's gonna slap when you get home.
It's fine. I'm bigger. I'm bigger than him.
He's gonna hit you with a bat.
Oh, go get my dad. I love your dad. Jurassic Park.
Which one?
Uno.
Okay.
Numero one.
Not the best one, because the third one was the best.
What the fuck are you saying right now, Alan? Where's the raptor in the plane? No, Jurassic Park 1. Stupid. Jurassic Park, 1993, I believe. Steven Spielberg, adapted from a book by Michael Crichton. It's a perfect movie, I think. Like, it's a lot like, this movie isn't on my list, but it's like a Die Hard.
If you didn't read the book, yes,
I did read the
perfect
book.
movie. If you did read the book, it's not that good of a movie. The book is very good. It's very, very
It's
good.
different.
And it shows
It's like as different
Hammond as
from
a
that
terrible,
movie as
terrible
the
person.
Starship Troopers book is different from the movie.
But the movie was amazing
As was the book.
as a B-rated movie.
But Jurassic Park, it's just really good. Just like creature feature, like just
They're
dinosaurs
called
brought back from
dinosaurs.
extinction. People trying to open a theme park and like they don't quite understand what they're doing, and then there's like a bunch of like
It's very American. Like, what's the first thing you want to do when you find something?
Yeah.
Make money off of it.
there's a bunch of like shady covert business espionage going
corporate
on, and it just
espionage.
throws things just out of alignment, and just like the dinosaurs get out, they get loose
You
and
keep
start
saying
eating
monsters,
people. I know.
but I need you to say dinosaurs. Sam.
It's dinosaurs. Well, they're not really dinosaurs.
I'm gonna
though.
drink this. They're dino lizards mixed with
Dinosaur,
fish
dinosaurs.
DNA with tortoises.
But yeah, it's a good.
It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Really good music too.
Like
John
I
Williams.
was too young to see it at the theater, which kind of bums me out. But
Me
like
too.
I watched it like that year, regardless. So, I mean, whenever it hit home,
I was about to
release,
say,
we got it. My family got it on VHS, and it was like one of those first. Like,
That's a good
more
movie.
adult.
It's a
kind of
very good
movies.
movie. It's a very good movie.
It's
And
just like-
then dinosaurs done right.
Yeah,
Not
and it's
CGI.
and like it's like if you watch it today, it's like it's aged pretty well, like the effects and everything.
well, that's because they kind of updated it a little bit too.
I mean, like I've gone back and watched my VHS copy, my wrinkled VHS copy from mid '90s, and it still looks
in your
pretty good.
combo TV.
No, it's my my DVD.
Do you remember those combo TVs?
Yeah,
How fucking amazing was that idea?
it's great,
Here's a DVD tray and a VHS tray
dude.
on a 27-inch tube TV, bro.
Oh my gosh, and it weighs 60 pounds.
Yeah. And
No, it's
it
just-
will break within the year.
It's just one of those movies that's like it's like a tried and true movie. Like I could just watch it
Good movie.
endlessly, and like it wouldn't lose any of its luster.
Great acting.
Yeah.
Kids were hella annoying.
That was like
they were good actors.
That was my introduction to Jeff Goldblum.
Then
Whatever greatness
did
that
you
guy's
watch
got
The
going
Fly
on.
right after?
Yeah, yeah. what a 6-year-old boy watching the Fly. It's terrible. But yeah, no, it's just like him and Sam Neill and Laura Dern.
And then we're getting the new one coming out soon.
Yeah, that's fine.
You didn't like the last one?
Honestly,
what's it
like
called? Universe,
it's
World.
I didn't mind the first Jurassic World, but like that's all every sequel since has kind of been diminishing.
It's all
returns.
CGI, so it doesn't look very fun.
It's
you
just,
know they're not there. It's really fake, and Chris Pratt's not a good actor. He's a good comedian, though. He's a really good comedy actor, but yeah, just don't take him serious with him. I don't know
what I'm talking about all that. I just mean like the movies as a whole. It's just
all right,
like,
my
not
next
as
movie,
good.
an old true, and it will. I can guarantee 99.9% of people that like these movies, this will be their favorite.
Guarantee.
Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
The best Star Wars movie of all time.
I just like that just air in there. Okay.
1980 American space opera film. Directed by Irvin Kershner and written by Leigh Brackett and Lawrence Kasdan, based on the story of Mr. George Lucas. Obviously, I don't need to really say anything else about it.
No, David. For the people that don't know what Star Wars is.
For the people living on the desert island.
For the people living on Tatooine.
No, they have cable there. So this is Death Star has been destroyed. The Empire continues its massive hunt for the Rebel Alliance. Jedi in training Luke Skywalker is on the search for a powerful Jedi Master to train him.
Mm-hmm.
Little does he know the Empire is right on the tail of his friends Han, Leia, and Chewbacca.
Is it Han or is it Han?
People say they've said Han in the show, but it is pronounced, or in the movie, it's pronounced Han. Because I'm the owner of it, so I know. It's great. But yeah, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. My favorite and the best Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
New Hope was great because it introduces, but rarely do we get a sequel that brought it all out. And then, you had that, no, I am your father.
Oh.
The biggest.
The revelation.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And back then you couldn't get leaks. Like there was that kind of stuff didn't happen.
There's no internet.
Yeah. So people were just going there like, oh my God, what?
It's new for every audience.
And I'm just going to tell people at school.
Yeah. They don't believe you though.
Word of mouth.
We could go back to that for that
everything?
kind of stuff. Yeah. Man. I love the internet, but I also hate it.
Yeah, it does ruin it, but just got to turn it off while you're doing it. Yeah. But Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
It's good. Solid.
Very, very, just really great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it was a sequel too.
Cool, man. I'll keep it in space and sequels. But Aliens from James Cameron in 1986.
Wasn't Alien 3 like better? I'm joking. I know how you feel.
I like
that.
David Fincher a lot. That director is amazing, but
that movie sucks.
It's terrible. But Aliens, it's a lot like what he did with the Terminator franchise going into 2. It's
That's the one.
Go on.
Where they don't go to the prison planet, right? That's 3.
That's 3.
Okay. This one is, and 3 is also the little girl.
No.
Number 2 is the robot android, right? That chick is the robot one. And she kills her baby. No, that's 4, isn't it?
She kills her. Oh, you're talking. Okay, that's
she gives birth to the.
That's 4.
Yeah, no, and then what's her face?
Number 2.
Is the android, right?
There is an android.
The girl.
No,
not Reese Witherspoon. What am I thinking of?
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
okay,
4.
Then
very pretty.
4 was really good. Then
4 was better than I think it gets.
4 was the Queen.
For.
We got introduced to the Queen, right?
No,
was that 2?
2.
Yeah,
2. 2 is a war movie, and it's amazing.
They go to that planet, and the people are like,
the colonists are getting abducted by them, and they're like, we have to investigate and take out the. Yeah,
forgettable. Obviously, if I remember 3 and 4, but I did. Yeah, after that, I did.
Yeah, I'm like, you legit look like you were getting details crossed. It's like, no.
I was like naming everything else but that. It's
good. That's good.
Sorry. No, I do like the Alien movies.
Aliens. I don't. Well, I like the franchise as a whole. I like, but I realize there are not.
The comic books are very good. Yeah. Very good. Very like really well done. And then the story, the expanded universe is just very well done. Like
but Aliens in particular is the one I picked, and I like. It's just they went from having the one alien in the first movie, which is also a favorite of mine, into it's like they're like ants,
a hive,
a hive of aliens now, and then now you have like the colonial marines in there, and they're just trying to like save the colonists and get off the planet.
My favorite part is knowing that humans can never do anything right. With all the technology, we just fuck everything. Right?
And it's it's funny going back and watching that, especially it being like a product of the 80s. I like how it's supposed to be in the future, but it's all like these retro kind of technology things going on. But that was like kind of before like CGI really took off, so there was like a bigger emphasis on practical effects and miniatures.
All the aliens were still suits, right? People in suits. Isabel always brings up her friend's dad was one of them.
Oh, really?
One of the aliens. Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's so cool.
And I think he was a designer of some sort, but he was mainly
awesome.
An alien.
Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. That's neat, man. But yeah. No, it's just like it's another one of those like I consider it like an almost perfect movie. Like I could just flip it on and I'd be like, it was great. And
they did do CGI effects though, I think, right? I remember like some of the ship parts like were really weird. But I think it was like a mixture of CGI and actual like effects.
I'd have to double check because I know it was a lot of the practical effects was like miniature work. And
and
it
was a lot of miniature.
And like,
I mean, that's how Empire Strikes Back was too, and then Return of the Jedi too.
In shot effects kind of things, but yeah.
Also, kudos to those artists painting those. Fucking look so good.
Matte paintings blow my mind in movies.
Yeah, I mean the Star Wars one were oil paintings, like. And then I saw recently a picture of the guy doing it, and he has like a giant fucking magnifying glass.
That's insane.
And then it's like, oh my god, that's where the Emperor like flies in. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how good was that?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Good movie, buddy. This goes without saying. This is the only movie of this kind on my list. I could have put all of the movies from all of the directors on this list because I'm just obsessed. But The Dark Knight from Mr. Christopher Nolan in 2008, co-written and produced by him. But it's, Mr. Christian Bale as Mr. Bruce Wayne in his longer career of Batman, kind of his like prime of being Batman and trying to stop crime. But I like it because he's on the verge of doing it. He's right pushing up the crime syndicates up to the wall. And then Mr. Heath Ledger with the one of the greatest performances of all time. You won't get better than that. And sadly, later on we found out why it was so good because he was actually in a deep state of help and mental health. But yeah, very, very well done. Very good. Very just fun movie. Like shot really well. Like that opening scene, the zoom in on the window. It's really long zoom. Mm-hmm. And a little tidbit: the same music from The Dark Knight was used in Thomas. What's it called? The Punisher's like short movie Dirty Laundry with Ron Perlman and Thomas. Is it Thomas Paine? No, that's the character from that movie, that game.
The Punisher?
Who played the first Punisher?
Dolph Lundgren?
The second Punisher.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane and Ron Perlman were in a short to revitalize Punisher.
I forget
at the Comic-Con.
I forgot that Ron Perlman was in that. He's like in the liquor store.
He's the owner, but the Dark Knight music was used in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, they let him use it.
Ah.
But it's a fun tidbit. But Dark Knight, very well done. Just a spectacular movie. Heath Ledger took it to another level. I've said this before. I remember watching the trailer in a movie theater, and afterwards I was like with my mom. I was like, who's the Joker? And then she's like, oh, it's Heath Ledger. I'm like, what
Who?
the fuck? From 10 Things I Hate About You, Heath Ledger?
From A Knight's Tale?
Yeah, like, sadly, yeah, he then, had tragic loss, but he
Great
poured
movie.
it out in that movie. And he, the writing too was well done because he touched on topics that, to this day, we don't really care about the bigger picture. We only care about ourselves as a, city, country, as people.
Mm-hmm.
Kill you? Why would I do that? You complete me. So good.
Well, no argument here. That
Yeah.
is a fantastic
But I could have
movie.
picked any Batman movie. Honestly, I like them all.
Any of the Nolan ones are pretty solid.
I like the Tim Burton ones too. They were
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
They were
I
fun.
like-
And Danny Elfman.
No. Yeah, I'm not going to make any arguments about those contributions that those guys. I think
I'm looking forward to the new one too.
Hmm?
The new Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch Justice League yet?
I did.
What'd you think?
We'll save it.
All right. Maybe we should do a whole podcast on
We
that.
could. I mean, it's a 4-hour movie.
I will say this right now. We need more 4-hour movies. I'm completely fine with it. As long. Okay, go ahead. For your fourth one.
Let me see. I said Moneyball.
With
I really like Moneyball.
Really?
With Brad Pitt and
Yeah.
what is the guy's
he's
name?
not the
Jonah Hill.
assassin, right? It's the baseball one, right?
Moneyball is the baseball one.
Not the assassin.
It's
one.
the what is the guy? The guy that did the Social Network, and West Wing, and the guy that writes really well. I
Yeah.
forget the guy's name.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
I really like that movie. Like,
I've never seen it.
I'm not. You haven't seen
Is
it?
that with Amy Adams?
I don't think Amy Adams is in it. I don't think Chris Pratt's in it.
Yeah,
Um,
I watched a
he's
scene
like a
of it. He
pitcher.
was at the pitcher, and they wanted
Yeah.
to hire him to play
He's like,
third.
"We
He's
want
like,
you-"
I don't know how to play third.
He's
You
like-
can't teach third, but we want you because your arm's really good. And it was the first. I read the story behind it.
It's a really interesting story, and
Yeah.
like I'm not a baseball guy. Like I mean, like I understand it's America's pastime. It's
I
like
think Brad Pitt's character got fired, but
like in real life.
he went to the Red Sox later, did the same thing, and they won.
Yeah.
2 World Series.
But it's one of those Sorkin, the guy, he wrote it. What's his name?
Swordfish?
Alan Sorkin? Adam Sorkin?
Swordfish.
I don't remember the guy's name. It's something Sorkin. Scream at me all you want. I know it's something like that. But yeah, it's just a fantastic movie, and like you don't have to be a sports person to appreciate it because it's more like it goes into like the analytics.
Yeah, it's very.
kind of.
It's a smart.
Yeah,
and it
it's
won a couple
really-
awards.
yeah.
It's very good writing. It's one of those Academy Awards movies. Like it's like more than just baseball. It's like a couple of stories. It's very intellectual movie. I think.
for this movie that you haven't seen.
No, I saw that one scene.
I mean, one scene does not a movie make.
That's a really good scene.
It is a really good scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like an amazing movie, and like it's like very like a thoughtful kind of movie, and it's just
It
I don't really know
tugs
how
on
to-
your heartstrings.
at points it does. It's just like, and I've always
It's
have a
very
thing
human.
for like
There's that human interaction.
it's very much like a root for the underdog kind
Yeah.
of movie, because it's like if you're not familiar, it's based on like
a real
real story
real
of
people.
like the history of like the Oakland A's, and like how they went from a nothing team to using like math and numbers to
Yeah,
like
to win.
flipping the odds in their favor. And it's just like amazing story, and like that movie is just like it's really engaging
yeah.
for this nothing kind of. It's not an action movie. There's really nothing visual per se that kind of like hooks
It's
you
one
in.
of
but it's-
those movies
really
where
good.
the people who are giving the awards like.
I mean, you say that.
I mean,
really
it is
good.
that kind of movie.
That's all I got. I like that movie a lot.
All right, vastly different from my next movie, Wall-E, from Pixar and Disney.
It's a good movie.
Very an animated movie.
Mhm.
Pixar always seems to have very good movies and very good direction. And they always have a big plot line, and I loved it because it was like, wow, humans are trash.
And they make
And they make
Trash.
only trash. But it's about a little robot who
who could.
is on, basically, who's on Earth trying to collect trash and compact it. And then he's visited by
Another robot.
the Axiom, people. And there's a Eva, little robot who's sent to scan for potential life on Earth so we can come back, and we find out that we're all fat and have less bone density.
Yeah, we're all just gelatinous
in
meat
chairs,
blobs.
and very good movie. I like the fact that there's no dialogue for the first like hour plus in that movie.
I'll definitely give it to them
Yeah.
that is difficult to make
Yeah.
watchable, and they made it like so
It's
watchable.
like you just don't even care. The music's very good. They use old like songs in it to bring. But to make a character without actually speaking, and just movements, and his eyes are his only reaction to the world. It's very difficult in it. And I was 18 when that movie came out, and I loved it.
What year did that come out?
2008.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You were 17, 18?
I was a child.
You were like 27.
What?
Nah, I was gonna make a joke, but
it was a good movie.
it was a great.
It was a good one.
movie,
Yeah. I mean, like
Most Pixar
That's a
movies
good
are
Pixar
very
pick.
good, but I think that was
that is in the upper
Top
tier.
tier.
Yeah.
To solely drive on sound effects
Mhm.
and music for 45 to an hour is something I appreciate.
Mhm.
Also, the animation.
Mhm.
Like the rocket looks like a rocket. It's like going up into space like a rocket.
Movie's over 10 years old, and it still
looks better
incredible.
than some movies now.
I would say a lot of movies.
All right, your last one.
Is this
Sam?
my last one?
Yeah.
So I did Jurassic Park, Aliens, Moneyball. Yeah, I only did 3.
All right. Really? Yeah.
think so.
Okay, then I went first.
Okay. Shutter Island.
Good movie. Good
Yeah.
movie.
Since you mentioned, well, I mean, you said
That's
Dark
Nolan
Knight,
too?
and you said,
That's
and that's
Nolan too,
Nolan.
yeah.
But then I was thinking Inception, which had Leonardo DiCaprio, who was also in Shutter Island, but it's a Martin Scorsese movie. But it's like a noir mystery kind of thing. It's two agents are looking for a missing person on it's like an island asylum kind of thing, like a mental health institute.
Mental health institute.
But there's like this whole conspiracy thing, and they're like, is there really a missing patient, or is there a bigger thing going on here? And then it's just like all twisty and all that kind of stuff. It's just really, really engaging watch.
Good movie.
yeah.
We watched it recently. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one.
There's like a bunch of scenes, and I was like, I don't fucking remember any of this. I'm like, this is a different. This is like
a different
full
movie.
I just felt like it was like a full director's extended cut version of it.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
could very well.
No, because I was, and Isabel's like, no, I've watched this. I was like, no, I've watched this movie, and there's like 6 or 7 scenes where I'm like, this was not in the movie at all.
But yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, amazing in there. Mark Ruffalo, who I forgot was in that movie as the other agent dude.
Yeah. His
and,
well, I won't spoil it. So yeah, the other agent.
Yeah, David.
And then Mr. Kingsley. He's
Mr. Ben of
Yeah.
Kingsley, the man
of the UK.
Yeah. But yeah, just a fantastic, another kind of cerebral-ish movie. Like you're like paying attention. You like watch it very closely.
A thriller.
It's a thriller.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like what's going on. You just get really wrapped up in
very
what's
well
happening
shot.
on the island.
Like I like how much green there is. I like the forests. I like the woods. I like the nature aspect of the island a lot. Because was it like Washington? I think those coasts look like Washington.
It definitely does.
Or
it looks very cold.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Very, very cold.
Yeah,
but just another. I mean, I don't know
Very
how.
good movie. And it's on Netflix right now.
I think it is on Netflix
and Peacock, I believe.
It's on Peacock too.
I have Peacock, so I think I saw it. Yeah,
but very good. I would definitely be watching that on my desert island.
Yeah, and you wouldn't get tired of it.
No,
even
probably
though you know
not.
the ending.
Especially if I had a rotation of movies like these
Were
5
those
movies.
5 just in a row?
I'd be like, I could go every other movie.
That's
I
your
could come
day
back to
right
this.
there.
Yeah, seriously. I'd be like, fuck food. I'll just die watching these movies or shows.
All right, good choice, buddy. My last one, and probably next to Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Dark Knight, and Pacific. These are literally my favorite movies. That being said, this one is a lot of people's favorite movie. So I almost picked another movie by the same person, but I was like, no, this movie is just too good.
I was like, tell us.
Pulp Fiction. It's just too good. I wanted
It's
to
pretty
pick
good.
Dusk Till Dawn, but I was like, no, Pulp Fiction just so much better. For other reasons. But it's a 1994 American neo-noir black comedy movie by Mr. Quarantino.
Quarantino.
Quarton.
Quinton.
Quince. What you call it? Quartz.
Quartzon.
Quartzantino.
Quartzantano.
Quentin Tarantino. Who also wrote it with Roger. I believe Avari.
Oh,
Roger Avari.
interesting.
This is straight from the wiki, so we will put it in the link. Pulp Fiction narrative is told out of chronological order and follows three main stories that each have different protagonists: Vincent Vega, a hitman; Butch Coolidge, a prize fighter; and Jules Winfield, Vincent's business partner. And reading all the information about this and doing my research, this movie was applauded for its how it was told, how each character was really not like was in the other character's story, but at the end it was, and told like forwards, backwards, backwards.
Yeah, that up to that point, that hadn't really been like a story, the style in which a story had been presented, but then it was replicated a lot.
Then after that, I mean, we're still seeing it today. Where I mean, what House on Haunted Hill? Like, here's your story in two different ways. Westworld, like everyone uses it now to create that what's going on. But Pulp Fiction did it in a way where it was like, here's the story, pay attention. Here's the card, which Mr. Zack Snyder kind of used in his recent Justice League. But really great movie, really great acting. Mr. Young John Travolta, hopefully before Scientology hit him, but probably not. Samuel Jackson. Just iconic scenes have created iconic memes.
That sounds like a song title.
Iconic scenes create iconic memes. Maybe we'll do another drunk song in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Just a really, at my age, it's a fun movie. It's like, it's violent, but it's still like, I enjoy I'm entertained by it because I know it's a movie. It's a little, violent, a little, but like, say what again? Like, that's hilarious. And whoever that kid was a great actor. He's like, what?
He sold it, yeah.
Sold it so well. And then we find out later there was like, that giant shooting and we survived. I don't eat pig, man. Like, pig's a filthy animal. like just random things. And each little like chapter has like 3 mini stories within it and then an overarching story. Yeah. But I love that movie so much.
Yeah. If I went at the time of release, like if you hadn't seen Reservoir Dogs, but you went in and watched Pulp Fiction, then you went and watched Reservoir Dogs, and you were like, "Wow, Reservoir Dogs is really good." Too. It was just, it was such a different kind of movie because like the dialogue was real snappy. It had this kind of energy to it, and like it's just
Reservoir Dogs was good for its own reason, but Pulp Fiction was good.
That was kind of where he
got how it was told.
Yeah, that was where Quentin really got his push.
I mean,
I would say
a lot of people like Jackie Brown, but
I think that's where he got his mass appeal.
Everyone liked Jackie Brown. Very few. I think less people like Pulp Fiction, but those people who like Pulp Fiction are much louder than the people who like Jackie Brown.
All right. My final pick. Enter the Dragon.
Is that with Jet Li and Jason Statham?
What? No, that's Bruce Lee.
Oh, I'm thinking Kiss of the Dragon.
Kiss of the Dragon.
No,
that is also a good movie.
That wasn't Jason Statham.
That was the one.
Yeah, the one.
But Kiss of the Dragon is also good. But Enter the Dragon. That is Bruce Lee in his heyday. His final feature
comedy movie, right?
Before dying. Huh?
That comedy movie, right?
No. Released in 1973, directed by Robert Klaus, starring Bruce Lee, John Saxon, Jim Kelly. All names you don't know.
Who's Jim Kelly? Isn't he a football player?
He's the man. He's so cool. Anyway. But yeah, like if you've ever played like a fighting game in like the past 30 odd years, like it's the plot of Enter the Dragon. Chances are it's the plot of Enter the Dragon. It's just like fighters getting rounded up from around the world to compete in this fighting tournament just to see who's the best. But like it's a little bit different. There's
I
extra
would
stuff going
say that's a
on.
little unfair to say because that's a great plot to have.
It is a
any
fantastic
fighting movie,
plot,
but I would say Mortal Kombat took that to the next level.
have you even seen this
Beings
movie,
from
David?
other dimensions.
Okay, I'll just say, like, that is the core story.
Get over here.
That's great. But yeah, no, it's just like I grew up with this movie. Like, I watched it with my grandparents, I watched it with my parents.
I believe it was on Spike TV 5 million times.
Oh no,
a day.
you're not wrong. But like, we burn out various VHS copies of this back in the day, and like, I was like a huge Bruce Lee fan coming up. Like, I remember doing a bunch of book reports and stuff on him coming up in like middle school and whatnot.
Your parents got a phone call from school
like,
saying,
your son keeps throwing punches and kicks and
he brought a pair of nunchucks.
Yeah. Okay. I do have a pair of nunchucks. Don't know how to use them.
Real ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're wood,
As long
man.
as you pay.
I've like cracked my head on them before, like on accident.
You're too hard-headed.
What? They broke. No. No, it's just an awesome movie. It's just like Bruce Lee doing his signature Bruce Lee nonsense. Like, I don't know. It's a great action movie. Like, I don't know what else to say. I just love that movie a lot.
It has its place in history as one of the greatest martial arts movie. And at a time right now where we are experiencing some very terrible
action movies
towards our Asian American people.
Oh.
Very good movie to pick.
Oh, well, I mean, that's
that's
purely coincidental because that is
yeah.
not motivation for it. But I love
No,
that movie.
great movie, and more power to you for picking it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
that's it. Then let's get on.
Let's end it with Sam's next suggestion.
Go. Okay. Wow, really just changing gears right now. But as you all know, I am a avid stand-up comedy
heterosexual male.
An avid heterosexual male. No, I'm a big stand-up comedy enthusiast, and this past week,
whose cassette tape came out?
No, who's on 8-track this?
Yeah.
No, there was a new special released on Netflix. One of he's kind of gaining popularity, but he's always kind of been like a little bit of an underground comic for me. But his name is Nate Bargatze.
All right, before we before you keep continuing, has he done something wrong in his life?
Not that I've heard.
Okay, then go.
If anything, nothing's come to light. He seems pretty. He seems like a cool guy.
We are in the clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he's done. I think this is probably his third or fourth proper full length kind of release that he's done. It's called the Greatest Average American, and it's just he's like if you don't know who he is,
Say
he's
his name one more time.
The Greatest Average
his
American.
Name.
Nate Bargatze.
That's his real name.
Bargatze. Yeah, and he's just like his delivery is like totally impeccable because he's one of those kind of like dry delivery comics where he says it like not monotone, but he just kind of says it like it's nothing, but like he's a very funny man. Yeah, but he's like this latest special, he had a good bit. I guess they filmed it last year, I think early on in COVID stuff. So it was like they did an outdoor venue with there was tables just spread out, and there was I think it was kind of by an airport. So there was planes flying by, and he's like, oh, that's kind of cool that's flying over right now and stuff like that. But he's just, I can't really spoil any of the jokes or anything, and I don't have his timing or delivery, but he's just a very funny guy.
I'm glad you know that.
I mean, I'm funny for different things, but I don't want to tell other people's
funny
jokes.
Looking.
Yeah, I get that. I got eyes and eyebrows.
Pull your hair back a little bit.
No.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. But yeah, check that out. It's on Netflix. It just came out at the time of us recording it, it was this past week, which will probably be a week or two on from you guys, but
2 weeks.
It's good. Very good.
Thanks for that, Sam.
You're welcome.
Also, kudos to Netflix for kind of pouring their money into those comedy specials.
Oh,
since Comedy Central kind of
mm-hmm.
Fucked up and doesn't know how to handle money. Yeah. Netflix has picked up and they do pay
Yeah, I'm
comedians
glad they do
yeah.
it because that is like a thing that I really love. That like if that ever went away, I would
Also,
just be
they make so much
sad.
money that they should be doing more. But yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
And thanks for making me drink 3 15% beers.
it's a lot. Jesus.
I am drunk. That's for sure.
I'm getting hot.
I am not buzzed. I am
Drunk.
drunk, and I need another beer to
drink.
to quench my thirst, to wash down my juicy burger.
That's great.
Can I have some of your Sprite? But yeah, thanks so much for watching and listening. And this beer will never be on the show ever again. I would be interested to try the Doris and the Taurus, and if there is an Oris.
We'll look into it. But in the meantime, keep drinking and keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.